Hi, I thought you might like a few tips on the forum discussion for this subject, especially as it's an assessment task. Um, Usually, people write a forum post on each of the tutorials. Obviously, there are 8 tutorials in the excuse me in the semester, and we often just start by doing an introduction for ourselves. Now, I thought that as I've had to bravely learn to use QuickTime Player to contact you for this subject, it'd be great for you to have a go at doing that. Just to introduce yourself to the other people in the subject. We're often only 3 or 4 students, and so it's not an enormous audience that will see your little video. But if you want to do a little video like this and introduce yourselves, and or put up a couple of photos of you and the family, just so that we get a picture of who you are, and that just helps when we do a lot of our other conversations are words only on a discussion forum. So we're getting into ideas, but it does help us distinguish each other well. And a little bit about your school would be helpful as well, if you'd like to do that. So to give an example, I began here, as I told you in my intro, began here when my school was didn't exist yet, and ran some public meetings about having one. And we've had some interesting experiences here. Now I'm back on the board after many years off and putting 5 children through. A school's in a little country town, which is very much dairy industry focused. So we have a farm supply store, so we know all about the farmers. As you go through the forum post during the semester, it would be really good if you could also think about an illustration from your school that makes sense here, or from a previous school you've been at, or an illustration perhaps from your training, or from particular students that you've been dealing with. It all plugging it into ordinary life really helps the other students feel that they are connected with you, and they can start putting up suggestions from their school. You might learn something useful, but also just gives you a sense of the class when we're not getting together physically. I often only meet my students at graduation. I'm not always there, but I'm quite often there. So back to the forum posts themselves. You'll find that in the critical reflection section in each tutorial, when there might be several of those in a tutorial, little grey boxes, that I've put a number of questions in each one, and then I've said that the forum post is just a few paragraphs. So you probably can't answer all my questions, but if you can think about them all and really put the readings to use by thinking about them deeply, then typically people come up in their forum post with the specific things from those readings and the specific question amongst the questions I asked that rang a bell with them, that resonated, that brought to mind, a school camp where this was relevant or whatever. So that's a good way for you to use the readings to generate some further thinking at a time when the other students in your class are thinking about those same readings. So you get a conversation about the content, but also about where that content connects with your school and your teaching life, or your board member life if you're a board member doing the subject, that sort of thing. So the discussion forums are what you make them. You're obviously looking for marks from the marker for having engaged deeply and critically with the materials, but you're also probably looking for that sense of being in a class or a team and getting to know the people a little bit, but also sharing insights and getting some ideas. And as in class, there aren't any dumb questions. If you have a question, feel free to ask it because somebody else is thinking about the same question, particularly about assessment tasks, but also about things in the readings that you think are problematic, or that they're simplistic, or they don't really apply in our kinds of Christian schools. Whatever it is, you don't have to just answer my questions. If the reading raises something that you think is worth discussing, feel free to raise it. Now, I know it can be very easy to feel that a minimalist answer on the forum is the easiest way to get through a busy life. But if you can respond to other students' posts at least every second tutorial, you'll start to feel that it's a proper class and a proper discussion, and not just you doing your minimum to get by and get marks. And obviously near the end of the session, it's helpful on the Moodle site for you to upload, so paste your forum posts. Is it the best for? I can't remember. I teach too many subjects. Paste the forum posts that are relevant to the outline for the assignment. Paste them into a Word document. Put it up under assignment 1 on the Moodle site, and then that just makes it easier for me to put the marks in. Sometimes the Moodle site will not allow me to put the marks in unless you've uploaded them separately. So think of it as the end of the session. When you've done your last tutorial forum post, go back through them, put them in in a Word document and put them up on the Moodle site under assignment 1 forum posts. Thank you. That's probably all you need to know. Feel free to use the forum posts to ask me or other students anything that's unclear or needs further discussion from the site. And yes, if I get a video from you, I'll be very interested. I don't know how hard they'll be to upload, but you're probably more technologically minded than I am. So I would be inclined to do a short video or put some photos up and see how that works, uploading them, and then you'll know whether that's going to work as your introduction. And then after that, we're all words on a screen. But you can bring that to life by engaging in whatever your classmates are talking about. Thanks very much. I hope you enjoy it.